Everybody's ready. We'll call the meeting order. Call the roll.
Brad Banks.
Here.
Kenny Anderson.
Here.
Jeff Collier. Here. Terry Smith.
Here.
Benny McCall. Judge Allen.
Here. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance, and Jack can lead us in prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, Lord, we ask you this morning, Father, as always, we ask for blessings during this meeting, Father, that we do what's best for our people and their communities, Lord, that we always follow your guidance, Lord, and that we remember the people, Father, that put us in these places, Lord, and we just ask that you just bless us the best that you can, Lord. And Father, remember the people that are in the nursing homes and hospitals this morning. We ask blessings upon them, Lord. Father, we ask this, Lord, in Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
I'd like to welcome everybody here this morning, Monday, January 19th, 2026. We'll get right into it. First thing on the agenda, any committee reports? Item 2, approve the minutes of the previous meetings. We'll get last month's minutes in February.
Approve last month's minutes.
I say,
We don't have a copy of those. We'll have those in the February meeting.
okay.
We'll get those in February. So we'll just pass on that right now. New business. First thing on the agenda, the partial settlement pending audit for 2025 for the clerk's office. Mr. Winston Meek. Welcome, Winston.
Thank y'all for having me. Last year, the office took in $6,585,000. We have in excess fees $14,324. And I would like to ask you, let me present you $7,000 partial settlement and the audit and the other.
We have a motion to accept the partial settlement from the county clerk.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Call the roll, Angie.
Jack.
Yes.
Kenny.
Yes.
Deb. Yes. Shane.
Yes.
Judge Allen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything else, Winston?
Appreciate y'all having me. Be careful out there because it's going to get bad, they say.
Yeah.
Appreciate all of it.
Thanks, Winston. Thank you. Item 2, excess fee per state audit, Sheriff's Office.
Yep. What I have is the 3 checks for 2023 after the audit. The excess fee on property taxes was $1,415.87. Then on the fee account of 2024 up to when Sheriff Stein's left office is $4,528.15. And then the remainder of 2024 under my account is $2,526.92. Total of $84.70.94. And you just did, but we're going to ask for it back. So we put it back in our operating budget.
Do we have a motion to accept those
For the total,
audit fees?
you're asking for the total back?
Yes, for the total back, yes.
I make
That's
a
the
motion
total on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
to accept it.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Call the roll.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb? Yes. Chitty?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes. Now we need a motion to return those checks to him for his operating expenses.
I'll make the motion. We return the checks for his operating expenses.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Call the roll.
Chitty?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb? Yes. Judge Adams?
Yes.
Thank you all.
Anything else, Sheriff?
Future.
No, that's it.
Thanks. Item 3, update from ER Assist. Ms. Bryn.
Buyout, and that's on the 2025 buyout. We have started that first round of title searches. Next month we'll award appraisal and environmental review. We're already ahead. For the second group, NRCS is currently working on the last batch. They said they should have that back hopefully in the next month or so. So you can start on those as well. For the 2022 buyout, we closed on 11 properties this month. We'll have another group this month. In FEMA, we purchased 78 of the 99 that are still enrolled. The remaining properties are either going to try and move to the 2025 buyout because they've not been approved yet, or they're stuck in title for most of them. For the NRCS buyout, we have 81 purchased of the 120. For demolitions, we did finally get demo plans from NRCS, so we will have a lot of demo procurement next month. The remaining properties are mostly stuck in appraisal for, we need something from the property owner. We would like to do a change order to the contract. This is a question for Jamie. Appalachian Title left off an attorney charge for their last month's bid. If you remember, we split the bid between Calvin Tackett and Appalachian Title. They would like to add on their $125 attorney fee. It would still be lower than Tackett fee. We're still going to split them, so is that a possibility, Jamie?
The bid that's submitted.
They had just thought that it did not include their attorney fee. They had thought it would be under their title search fee.
Let me think about it.
Come back to it. We have sent a survey to all of you. If you haven't gotten it, let me know. For a list of sites for the stream restoration project, we signed contracts with the engineers. Once we have a list of sites, they can get working on that. On the survey, there's a space for 10 sites. You can put where the site was, what type of damage it was. If there's more sites, you can just repeatedly send it back to us. We need that back by the 22nd, but we can't extend that if that's not enough time. We'll be working on that for a few months, so if there's sites that you realize later, you can always send those to us, but that's out currently. Did everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay.
What all is that going to consist of?
What do you mean?
What all will it cover?
It's just, right now, we've got approved for that design phase for the stream project. So they're going to go out and create designs for all the places that they think they could fix the stream itself. And then we'll submit those plans to FEMA, and they'll approve them, and we could move on to the construction phase. So
Will it also be like where it's cut the banks off and stuff too?
anywhere you think
Yeah.
they could fix it, anywhere. Even if they're not quite sure, submit it anyway, they can look at it. They're thinking about maybe incorporating some buyout properties and using those parcels for stream buffers. They're looking at everything, so anything we think might help, submit those.
Like one area that's kind of always a problem is where two streams meet in that confluence area. So if we see any of those things that's got like sandbars built up and stuff like that, that's a good project for this. But anything that you see that we might, that needs attention, we'll check it out.
We will maybe at some point put that out to the public as well, but for the time being, if someone comes to you with something, just submit that. That way so we can at least get started on it. We're trying to have a quick turnaround time for this since we're worried that there might not be money in the construction phase, so we're trying to get to the design phase as fast as possible. So whenever you guys get text to us, I think they can start on those. For the February 2025 flood, anywhere that you see trees or vegetation in the streams or anywhere blocking a culvert, get that list to the road department by February 24th. Just send it over to them, anywhere, vegetation, anything blocking culvert, anything like that.
Culvert or stream, you said?
Yes.
So bring back to that, because I was thinking in the December meeting, this is January, because there's a lot of talk just why we procured engineers in order to, that has to be done in order for, yeah, and I think a lot of people think that's wasteful, that's this, that's that, but in order to get to
Absolutely.
the whatever, not
Yes.
very, but
We
whatever.
have to get to the design phase first.
Right.
We have to approve it, and then we could, look at other options, but for the time being, it is strictly the design phase.
So that's not just something we reached out and said, oh, we're gonna do this and spend money on this. That is it has to go in those steps before federal money will pay for
Yes,
it.
they approved just the $9 million for just the design phase. Once that gets approved, then there's more money for the construction phase, but we have to get through the design phase first. Yeah. Okay, I think that was all for my part of it. Avery. So Avery, she's going to be working in person with me. She's going to go over that procurement on that front page. And there's also a resolution for standard method of repair. You guys see that? We'll start off with road repair bids that we have for project 957675. We had our lowest bid with BT Construction. That was $2,410.00. For project 958188, we had TJC for $1,407.50 for our lowest bid. For project 958048, that was also lowest bid to TJC for $2,555.98. For project 957962, we have for B-Brock, and that was $8,823.55. For project 957776, we had for B&D Construction, that was $4,069.50. And then for project 957769, we had both of BD Construction of $3,965.32. And then we also had here for Greg Hale, that was $4,215.58. We're recommending to combine those and have them split, just so that we can cover that before the spring and fall to get that work completed. And then into project 957719, we had Greg Hale at $3,073.15. For project 957577, we had B&D Construction for $1,746. For project 957441, we had B&D Construction $2,564.38. Project 957713, we had lowest bid, CC Construction, $6,047.80. Project 957579, we had Rock House Creek Construction, that was $12,756.09. Project 957589, lowest bid was Beyond Blessed with $10,036.57. On the next page is our final one, project for our Recreation Center Department building. We had B-Brock Construction with $11,616.50. Those are the final road repair bids.
So back to that 957769, you are recommending award to both the low contractors?
Yes, sir. And we
Just-
have 10 to 20 more projects coming up to just get that one complete faster, just with the bid.
We have a motion to approve as presented.
The two in, on H&H Lane and Sugar Branch has done been done. The county done them.
Is that the 1881?
What was the other?
Sugar Branch and H&H Lane. Brandon told me when they done the part they done that they weren't gonna do no more, then I sent the road department and they finished it.
Okay. So we're disregarding the second one down? Is that it, Kenny?
Yeah. Second one's H&H, that's a gravel job, it's perfect right now, then the one down here at Sugar Branch.
Which one is it?
It's the third one from the bottom.
Okay. So it's finished too?
I guess nobody didn't go back and look at it after.
After the county done it?
Right.
Wouldn't the county need to get all their information to them?
Yeah. I'll check into that. So we approve everything but those two that Kenny mentioned there, which is 958-188 and 957-713. And then the one that's 957-769 will award to both low contractors. Is that correct, David? We have that motion.
I'll make a motion to approve those bids.
I'll say.
Call roll, Angie.
Deb,
Yes.
Teddy,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Judge Adams.
Yes.
And then the next document is our standard method of repair. This is repair of asphalt after flood. This is for documentation purposes for the FEMA Public Assistance Grant Program. This is to be able to put into a standard method of repair for asphalt, making sure, this is the biggest one to ensure safety and minimum repair length is put into place for contractors, just to make sure that it's aware before bidding or signing out to a contractor. So that will just cover a minimum repair length to be at least 25 feet and to cover within the width of the road due to the flood. This will just set a standard repair method into place.
And what that ensures is if we've got a break off here that we're having to put pavement on, that it covers the entire width of that road instead of just breaking off that section of that break off about, it's the whole width of the road. And which, you know, would create a ledge in part of that road about scraping snow and about doing everything. So this just makes this our standard method of repair to where that we can present this to FEMA of what, you know, our requirements is local. But we'll need a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion to approve the standard method.
I'll second.
Kenny,
Yes.
Deb,
Yes.
Teddy,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Judge Adams.
Yes. Sometimes when FEMA looked at some of these projects, they would just say 3 foot wide,
Right.
or 4 foot wide. And, you know, you can't get a paving crew to come in and do a 4 foot strip because their equipment won't do it. Plus it creates a safety hazard on that road as well. Yeah.
Just to give you that. That's the only difference. It's the county charge. It raises their bid from, this is back to the title charges, from 775 to 900. So it's still lower than packets. But we're splitting it anyway.
I'll have to look at Brandon. I've done some research here, I don't know if it's going to be accurate, but
Could we award it contingent on you looking into it?
we was already awarded it, right? So, so you can change it now.
Okay. Well, we'll just send them all back then. We'll have another
Well, I
round.
mean, they can still do it at the rate they did. You know, we
Yeah.
already awarded the bid, it's going to change
they can't do it without approving that extra amount.
They won't do
They
it.
can't eat that charge. he said.
I think I'm gonna have to take some more time.
Okay, okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Item 4, update from Craig. Welcome, Chris.
Welcome. Thank you for having me this morning. There are a number of updates that have begun to filter down. We had, it was quiet through the end of December, but the project updates are starting to come back in. Letcher County Water and Sewer District spoke with Bill on Friday, the water line extension for the federal prison at Roxana. 82% of the time has elapsed, but the project is 74.6% complete. The holdup has been that CSX borehole. They have rescheduled it, so we're back on track with that. The Red Star Turkey Creek water line phase 3, the easement and the property are available from the owner. Unfortunately, there is no money. AML will not allow property to be purchased with their grant. So I'm seeking some other funding to purchase that property. I will have an update of that at the next court meeting. ARCs are currently being reviewed. We are presenting to ARC in Lexington next week for the City of Whitesburg, the Whitesburg Pool Rehab Project. It was pulled by DLG and they have asked us to present it in person. So that is a really good sign that that project is going to go forward. If you look on your sheet that I've given you, you'll see that the updates are in bold. And I apologize for there not being more updates, but it's pretty quiet through December, and those are, again, just starting to come back through. The other pressing projects, the Fleming Neon water line improvement, the phase 3 at Seco is moving to phase 4. I'm currently working on a couple of different projects that I'll bring to the court's attention. I have been in talks with the Cabinet for Economic Development. They have approved us to go ahead and update the facility master plans for the county. So that will be forthcoming by hopefully June. We'll begin work on that. We're also attempting to get funding to place warning sirens within our municipalities. That would be Whitesburg, Jenkins, and Neon. The engineering profile now says that Whitesburg would need 2 sirens, Neon would need 1, and Jenkins would need 3. I spoke with the cabinet about that project as well, and they are on board with it. So I believe we're going to have some success there. The other project we're working on is a debris removal plan for the region, cleanup of the North Fork of the Kentucky River. We've got support again from the cabinet on that project, so I see it moving forward. One of the other projects that's currently in the plan. The Department of Energy has sent out a request for proposals for a rare earth element facility, and we are currently working on putting together a proposal for that. We're in a unique position with the sluice from our coal mining that we can recover rare earth elements pretty easily. So that's a project that we're looking into. We're going to try to base it in Letcher County. I've got some good support from some engineers, and again, speaking with the cabinet, speaking with Appalachian Regional Commission, we've got uniform support across the board for that. So I will have an update in the coming months. It will take me at least a year to put this project together. But I'll have, each month, I'll have a report for you on that. It's a very large proposal, as much as 75 million. So, moving forward, I will definitely need the court support on this project. But I will have continued updates as we move forward. Does anyone have any questions about the list of projects in the county? Anyone that would like to speak about? Well, thank you very much. If I can be of any help, I'll be here each month going forward.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Item 5, discuss changing the code red alert system. Mr. Paul Miles. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you, Noel. The reason I asked for this is because the system that we've had for the last, been over 10 years, has been letting us down. And in December, they had a cyber attack. So when they brought it back online, the new platform is a nightmare to try to use. We also sent out some test messages that didn't go through. So then we started looking at different companies to take its place, and I asked James if he would look at the contract that I think we'd done back in April. We could get out of it pretty easy. And Code Red even said that it was going to start because of all the damage that was done. So what I done, I got myself, Harry, and Clay, we made like a little board. And we contacted some EMs in northern Kentucky to help us get us some ideas who they use. So we contacted those. We had 6, we narrowed it down to 3. And they all do basically the same thing. Some of them's been around longer than others. But no matter who we go with, we're going to come in cheaper than what Code Red was charging. Code Red was charging $10,000 a year. These will come in at least $3,000 cheaper. Some of them 6,000. So it's up to you how we do that. I don't know if you want James to look them over, but I can tell you the one that we looked at that we really liked was Brave, Everbridge, and the Hyper Bridge. The only thing about Brave I didn't like is when I read into it, it was $4,000 a year, but we had to enter into a 5-year agreement. And I don't, in 5 years, what if something goes wrong in a year, we can't get out of it. The Hyper Reach was $6,000 a year. Now what these do, these are multiple notification systems that go to the weather. We have an Amber Alert, missing persons, whatever. We can also contact people that way. And I really like the Hyper Reach after looking at it, but that's entirely up to you. But I can leave it. How do you want to do this?
So you formed a board and researched all these?
Yeah, well, it wasn't really a board. Harry and White and I sat down and they would Zoom call us and show us their projects and let us decide on it. We would rate them a little bit. The 3 of them we didn't like. These 3 right here was the top 3 we did like for the ease of their, because some of them, you spend all your time just getting your emergency alerts set up to send out. The emergency are already over by the time you get it in. So, for what I'm looking at, I think the Hyper Reach is about the best one. I think we all agreed on that too. If you want to look at it, you can.
So the Hyper Reach is, the yearly contract is how much? 6?
Yeah, it's in here. I think it's 54. Everbridge was 83. But now remember, we were paying Code Red $10,000, so we're coming in cheaper either way. Yeah, the Hyper Reach is 54. Rave was 4, but we had to do it 5 years. And I didn't like that 5 years.
And is other entities using that Hyper Reach?
Yeah, Pike County actually just went to it. And that's another thing. Pike County had the Rave system. They don't have Rave, so they switched over to Hyper Reach.
I think at this point here, we can go with what you all recommend.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think, Jamie?
Small purchase, it ain't $4,000, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've got more than 3 quotes, so we have to work. We should send a notice of termination to the co-red. That's part of this. Just to make it a big strong paper that we terminate that agreement.
So what kind of changeover would that be for folks, from one system to
They
the
will
other?
pull the contacts they have in the code red system right now, they will pull. They will go ahead and do all that for us. And anything that's public record, like the businesses and all that, they go ahead and pull all that up. Then we'll do a big drive, a big push on social media, radio, TV, everything, to try to get out a number to sign up with. It'll be a real simple, the way they explained it, showed it does, it's a real simple thing. You just like text a number to them, and you'll get back a form to fill out with all your information, and they put it into their database. And outreach also, one thing about them is people traveling through our county, whether they're in here visiting or whatever, if we send out an alert, it picks their phone up and they'll get the same, even though they're not a resident, they'll get the same alert that the residents are there. So it's good for people that's passing through.
So if their phone pings off one of our tires, it automatically go to them too.
Right.
Good deal. Do we have a motion to go with the HyperReach, which was recommended?
I'll make a motion, we go with HyperReach.
Do we have a second?
I'll say.
Call the roll, would you?
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Deb,
Yes.
Chitty,
Yes.
Jack.
Yes.
I have one more thing if I could. I've been on a couple of truck wrecks with some of the fire departments, and some do, some don't. But for containment of spills, the diesel spills, some don't have the booms and the pads to throw down, and I'd like to see if we could maybe help them out. I can order the booms from Petro Carry. They're a big supplier for it. Price, we can outfit every fire department for under $3,000. That's at least 2 packs of booms, pack of pads, stuff like that, and keep on the trucks or in the firehouse. You think that's something we can do here?
It just helps contain the spill.
Yeah.
It's getting to be more common too than
Yeah.
the truck wrecks is.
It is.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good thing for us.
Usually when they wreck, they'll rupture your saddle things. That's where your steel starts.
Yeah, I'll make a motion, we help them purchase them.
And probably in that motion that we, as they use them, that we get those back for them too, that everybody
Yeah,
has.
well, yeah.
Yeah, keep those.
Well, if we pay attention to it, we can charge the responsible party for it.
Right.
And recoup that cost.
Do we have a second on Kenny's motion?
I'll second.
Call the roll, would you?
Jack Banks,
Yes.
Kenny Anderson, Deb Carter,
Yes.
Chitty,
Yes.
and Jack.
Yes. Anything else, Bob?
No, okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Move on to item 6, discuss switching pay-tail to secure us at jail. Welcome, Jamie.
Good morning, y'all. This system is so much better. Their tablets more durable. Not only that, they set cell phone calls, which is very, very important to the security of the jail. It costs us nothing to us. Security was going to charge $1,000 a month to have that done. The tablets is better as far as that. When they open the tablets, first thing they have to go through is the rules and regulations of the jail. They have different training skills and stuff like that, like different programs on it that you can participate in and get points towards free movies to watch on the tablet. They don't get no time off like a state inmate does. I have different classes for them that people come in and do that. But they're more reachable, secures a lot of issues with contacting people about different things and not being able to speak to anybody. But it's no cost to us. They're having it tears up, they replace it, but they're very durable. I can take it and throw it across the hall. It don't tear up the security, crack, stuff like that.
So what we got right now is Securus, right?
Yeah.
And we're switching to Paytel.
And James looked up the contract up there. The only thing we added was the 60 to 90 day pop-out contract that you could possibly do with others.
So this don't cost any more than the one we are
Don't
using?
cost us money. Towards the end, Securus hit us with that $1,000 a month to retain phone calls. And, I mean, they charge us another. They'll be returning for at least a year. And it's very important to have the phone calls to see what's going on inside the jail.
We have a motion to switch from Securus to Paytel in the jail.
I'll make that motion.
We have a second.
I'll second.
Call roll.
Chad,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Deb, Georgetta.
Yes. Item 7, discuss inmate account deposit policy.
Yeah. When it comes to fixing co-pays pertaining to the inmate, like $25 recharge for the doctor visit, stuff like that. And we've always kind of did it, but we didn't make a policy. I kind of got Don together to do this. If they had to pay the full amount, they would have families drop money off on other people's accounts inside the jail, into their cells, so they can purchase anything without having to pay it. So I discussed it with them. I said, well, if you paid half on it, you got half the rest in commissary, would you do that? And it made a complete difference. It made it where people was coming out of there. They got 25 dropped off, so if they got 50 dropped off, half of them went to their, if they had $10 dropped off, $5 went to it. So I feel like that's a better thing. When they do leave and they got commissary money left, we do take it for the bills pertaining to the fees and costs. Any given time, I'll automatically take it all their own. The bill 25, I can take the 25 from them.
Have you looked over this, Jay? Is that?
Yeah.
We have a motion to improve the inmate account deposit policy. And this is what we've already been doing.
Yeah, I've been doing it for years. I did it under Don, yeah.
We
We
just-
just have a policy for it.
Right.
Formalizing it.
I'll make a motion that we accept the inmate account deposit policy for the jail.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Roll.
Deb,
Yes.
Chad,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny, Georgetta.
Yes. Item 8, the jail commissary report.
As of 12/1/2025, we had $53,487.33 in the commissary account, with the deposits of $18,864.75. That brought it up to $72,352.08. Inventory, this is the checks that we cut out, expenditures, $14,863.41. Paying Meditech, communications for us, $798.25. Inmate state payroll, which is $1,464.18. Paying half of salary to run commissary is $734.74. Paying half for deputies come in and do nothing but medical transports, $746.67. We collected on the fees and co-pays of $3,311.92. This totals $21,919.07, leaving a balance of $50,433.01. Also, I got another policy I'd like to see if I can put into the policy.
Okay.
You all got a copy of it, the one pertaining to social media with the jail. My deputies doing on social media, talking about jail pertaining to anything to do with the jail.
So that's on the back of the first page though? Yes.
That's pretty much what it is. I don't want to get on social media, answer any grievances or anything like that. That's not the way you answer grievances. Get good mail and get talked about, but that's not the proper way to answer them.
Got any comment on that, Jamie, or is that?
Yeah, I put my red flags when I start talking about limiting people's rights of speech, but I think Brian's got it tailored in such a manner that it's a reasonable entertainment of that speech and just that. It's just about, there are some confidential things you learn as a jail employee that should not be posted as what it says, as views of the Letcher County Jail or the Letcher County Fiscal Court. They have those individual things, and they could be. They could get in trouble at work if they're putting things out on social media that they're claiming are the views of the Letcher County Jail. Things like that. I think it's tailored narrowly enough that it's okay. You'd like to do it.
Court got any comments or a motion to approve the, I guess, social media policy?
Yeah.
That's right.
We approved both, or
We approved the first part already.
first part?
This just pertaining to social media and
Okay.
the employees' responsibilities.
I'll make that motion. That we use this policy for the employee and the social media and the inmates.
We have a second. Call the roll, Angie. Chitty.
Kenny? Chip? Dale? Yes. Kevin?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes. Anything else, Brian? We appreciate you. Item 9, approve resolution for EDA grant, cost share match through Kentucky Grant. This is the grant for the resiliency project that kind of interconnects our water systems in Letcher County. It's something that we've been working on for a while. It just formalizes it in a resolution form. There is a local match on our end of $6,000. The grant is at $1,534,843. It's just paperwork for us moving forward, but we will be responsible for $6,000. And the state grants project would pay the remainder of our obligation to that grant. You want to read that, Jamie?
This is a resolution of Letcher County Fiscal Court authorizing the completion and filing of a government resources accelerating the needed transportation program project application for up to $1,227,875 in grant program funds from County for Economic Development, authorizing directly the county judge executive of Letcher County executing documents which are deemed necessary by CDD to carry out this project, and authorizing the authorized representative to act as the authorized correspondent for this project, permitting review and execution of all agreements and request of all disbursements related to the grant program. Now therefore be it resolved that the 19th day of January 2026 by the Letcher County Fiscal Court, that a grant program application on behalf of the entity for grant program money is up to $1,227,874 for Letcher County Resiliency through Water Redundancy Scoping Project established submitted to CEC.
We have a motion on that resolution.
I make the motion on resolution.
Second.
Call the roll, Angie.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny? Deb? Yes. Chad?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes. Item 10, approve the request for drilling sites on Carbon Glow. There's some old mine sites in Carbon Glow that have methane in them, and they're wanting to go in and drill 2 wells into those sites and draw that methane off those old mining works. And both sites would be on the Carbon Glow Road, which is County Road. Be the installation and operation of 2 methane flare sites located within 100 feet of CR 1354, which is Carbon Glow. And that's something they will periodically maintain and burn off that methane. But where it's close to the road, they need our permission to do that. So do we have a motion to approve drilling those 2 locations on Carbon Glow?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any questions or anything? Call roll, Angie.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb? Yes. Chad?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes. And hopefully they're going back in there to pull that methane off. They may be going back in there and doing some mining, hopefully. So,
Hopefully.
but yeah, put our folks back to work more. Item 11, approve contract between Letcher County Fiscal Court and ARH. This is a sponsorship agreement that we've got with ARH, and they're sponsored on the rec center, and they give us a check for $10,000 that will be an annual sponsorship contract with them, and they're providing some health events at the rec center and continued support with
That's
Letcher
great.
County.
That'd be good for everybody.
You want to read that agreement, Jamie?
No, it's
we've done, I think like we did this in the past, today, all right?
Yeah.
Sponsorship thing, it's just a matter of you guys are ready or any contract giving the judge permission to sign. I did know it's in here, and it could be a typo, it says $10,000 a month. So, we just might-
It's year, it's annual.
So everybody signs it. We got documents, so enter into it, do the sign.
Have a motion to enter into that agreement.
I make that motion to enter into agreement with ARH and the rec center.
Do we have a second?
I second it, have dollar heads.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's right.
Call roll, Angie.
Teddy,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Deb, Judge Adams.
Yes. Looks like we're moving right along. Item 12, discuss navigation app for Letcher County. Gentleman was been working with Mike Gover, Todd Eureka, I think is his last name, and he's developing a app that will help our first responders about getting to locations. It is pretty much, it's kind of like Google Maps. It's kind of particular to Letcher County, and once first responders or the general public downloads this app, you can get directions and not have to be have cell phone service. So it's a satellite-oriented app that will give you drive-by-drive directions. But if you're in a location that don't have service and you need directions,
That'd be good.
you can punch that in.
Run into that a lot already.
It freezes with like Google Maps. If you don't have it, you don't have that opportunity to change locations at best. But he's been working on this for a while, and he is. The work he's done on it was to see if it could be done locally, and turns out that it can. So he is he's wanting to continue on at what he's done so far. It's a $3,000, and it's an additional $3,000 once he puts it in place. There may be a slight membership annually, but he's thinking like that possibly won't be. So if anything, it won't be very much. And my thought was that we, a lot of times with these apps, they'll charge for them, but I'm thinking that for that minimum of cost, that we can offer that to everybody at no charge, and especially take care of our first responders. And it's just good for the county.
Yes.
And it's kind of a pilot program for this gentleman. He moved into Letcher County because of his connectivity in Whitesburg, and he writes code. And I don't really know what that is, but yeah, he does that kind of work for a company in California, and he lives here in Letcher County, and he wants to stay, and he wants to put back into Letcher County. So I think that's a good project for us, both for the residents and for our first responders on getting better to locations they need to be.
I appreciate him doing this. This is really I think it'll help us all.
And once he gets it finished up, and he's 3/4 of the way there of implementing it, then we'll advertise it, how to access and how to download it, and get it out to the public and all of our first responders. But we need a motion to approve what he's done and what he's going to do for us in the amount of a total of $6,000.
make a motion that we accept this new app for the county, the entire county. I think it'd be a good thing.
And that we pay that first invoice, and
We pay
then
the
it gets
first.
the other done, that we'll take care of that.
Yeah, we'll pay the first invoice, and when he completes it, we'll pay the rest.
You have a second?
I'll second it.
Call the roll, Angie.
Deb,
Yes.
Chad,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny, Judge Adams.
Yes. Item 13, approve the new hires. Hiram Holbrook, jail. James Absher, litter warden. And we appreciate James coming on board. And Pamela Brock at the rec center. A motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Call the roll, Angie.
Kenny,
Yes.
Deb,
Yes.
Chad,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Judge Adams.
Yes. Item 14, the treasurer's report. Ms. DJ?
This is the treasurer's report for the month of December 2025. General fund has a beginning balance of $790,569.89. Revenue received of $318,453.09. Disbursements, $148,245.34. Ending cash balance of $660,777.64. Road and bridge beginning balance, $5,959,951.17. Revenue received, $262,078.90. Disbursements, $833,959.07. Ending cash balance is $5,388,071. Jail fund beginning balance, $419,915.58. Revenue received, $39,045.21. Disbursements, $167,360.59. Any cash balance is $291,620. LGDA fund beginning balance, $854, $14.32. Revenue received, $32,246.93. Disbursements, $118,071.65. Any cash balance is $768,189.60. Forestry fund beginning and ending balance is $2,768.20 with no revenue and no disbursements. The horse trail CD is $40,000. American Rescue Plan Act Fund beginning balance is $196,363.22. Revenue received $25.02, no disbursements. Any cash balance is $196,388.24. Police Memorial Fund beginning and ending balance is $105 with no revenue received and no disbursements. Tourism Martin Van Bates Fund beginning and ending balance $7,380.75 with no revenue and no disbursements. The Marlow Water and Wastewater beginning and ending balance $11.28 with no revenue and no disbursements. Flood loan fund beginning balance $23,020.86. Revenue received $4.89, no disbursements. Any cash balance is $23,025.75. The county court clerk storage fees beginning balance $8,936.34. Revenue received $1,522.11. No disbursements. Any cash balance is $10,458.45. The disaster relief fund beginning balance $12,236.84. Revenue received $2.60. No disbursements. Any cash balance is $12,239.44. Former City of Blackie Fund beginning balance $53,702.60. Revenue received $11.40. No disbursements. Any cash balance is $53,714. EK Safe Fund beginning balance, $3,490,639.79. Revenue received, $444.57. Disbursements, $3,499.17. Ending cash balance is $3,487,585.19. The Local Assistance and Tribal Consistency Fund beginning balance, $100,335.04. Revenue received, $12.78. No disbursements. Ending cash balance is $100,347.81. The National Opioid Fund beginning balance, $567,361.85. Revenue received, $72.28. No disbursements. Ending cash balance is $567,434.13. The Buyout Fund beginning balance, $1,208,896.10. Revenue received, $1,594,750.70. Total disbursements, $481,294.26. Ending cash balance is $2,322,352.54. The grant account beginning balance, $5,463,378.52. Revenue received, $687.26. Disbursements, $230,603. And the ending cash balance is $5,233,462.78. The ABC account beginning balance, $16,196.60. Revenue received, $3,946.21. No disbursements. Ending cash balance is $20,142.81. The housing account has had no activity in it yet, so its balance is zero. The next page is a recap of all your bank balances, and we're not holding any funds in LGEA for special projects. Then you've got your sanitation, recreation center, and tourism report.
Any questions on the treasurer's report? Move on to the transfers. Any transfers, DJ?
Yep. And you all have a sheet in the back of your packet. Can you pass this around? I had to add to that one that's on the one in the packet because the state has done an electronic deposit, 2 different ones into the general fund, but it's jail fund money, so I just need to transfer those out of general fund. So that's the 2 that I added. So the first transfer is from the ABC fund to the general fund, $16,151.50. And I just put a note on there that that is salary for July 1 through December 31st of 2025. So go ahead and transfer that to general fund because that's what we've been paying his salary out of, is general fund. And transfer from general fund to the jail fund, $323.54. That's actually for inmate pay. And transfer from general fund to jail fund for a jailer's fee claim, $449.73.
A motion on the transfers.
I'll make a motion to accept the transfers.
Let me see. We have a second on the transfers.
Second.
Call the roll.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny? Dale? Yes. Betty?
Yes.
Johnny?
Yes. Move on to 16, submit bills for payment. Got that question on the bill docket, or reason not to pay one of them?
We discussed that about the money at the February meeting, at the December meeting. The money that, you guys were given to Letcher for the Blackie substation.
Yeah, for the substation, so they can kick the fire trucks in there.
We discussed that, right?
No, we didn't.
We didn't.
We did not.
Okay, because that's on the, and I guess it's a matter of you all just approving that with the bill. But since we're spending money on that, I just thought that needed to be pointed out. So that's on page 2 at the top. Do what? I don't have bills to pay, but I can go get you one. I can get that for you now. Do you have this? Do you have that? Got that. I'll run it and get that for you. No problem.
And there was one additional page that come in late there for J&T fencing.
I'm gonna go get that.
Any questions? We'll move on to public comment. We've got one person, David Bentley. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm here with you today. I'm David Bentley, Chief of Carlson Fire Department. To the left, I've got Assistant Chief Travis Kitzer. To the right, Assistant Chief Gavin Hall. This morning, I just wanted to come up here and address you all regarding progress that we've made with funding that we have received from the Fiscal Court, and give you my appreciation for your continued support. You may have followed our social media, and Jess follows us pretty closely, and she's a big champion, and I really appreciate it. Recently, we have partnered up with the American Red Cross for their smoke detector program. I know a lot of us thought that the smoke detector program had just died. One of them had been discontinued, but the Red Cross did pick up the torch and carry it on, and we are able to make this program available to people in our district, and I highly recommend that any other department that wants to be involved get a hold of the Red Cross directly if they need some contact info. They can ask us, and we'll give it to them. Furthermore, the Firewise program that you probably heard a little bit about through Kentucky Division of Forestry, is that correct? We have completed all of our surveys for the wildfire mitigation and risk assessment. That will allow us to receive some additional funding from KDF that we plan to put right back into wildfire mitigation. That would be projects that's going to be cutting fire lines, removing brush, anything like that. Judge, I believe you already agreed to allow us to get rid of some of that stuff. Further, we did receive an additional little boost of funding. That was a huge help. It allowed us to purchase a used but in fine condition Dodge Ram truck that has already been outfitted and is ready to go as a first response vehicle in the event that we've got somebody, EMS calls, anything like that, car wrecks, rescues, and the like. It has also got the ability to tow a boat. Moving forward with that, our water rescue is pretty well ready to go, with the exception that we just need to wait until spring gets here so that we can get all our people into a technician level of training. In the meantime, we do have, I think, 14 members that are trained at the operational level, but that doesn't get us into the water. Let's see, we do have some good problems to have. It seems like I've got more butts than I've got pants. And turnout gear is very expensive. So anybody that's got some turnout gear, or like $4,000 per person, that they'd like to help us out with, love it. Gavin, do you have anything else that we need to address?
Not to my knowledge.
Not you know? All right. One last thing. I've spoken with some of you about this in the past, over the course of the last year and a half, and it's starting to get some more traction. And I was asked to bring it up today. Is the consideration of the county adopting an ordinance to develop a sort of governing organization for your local fire EMS services and all rescue and other emergency services. It would be in the form of a fire board or fire commission that would consist of, give everybody a seat at the table. Deb, I believe I sent you a copy of that draft ordinance previously. Judge, we talked about it, a year and a half ago, something like that. We kind of had a little thing with that. There is more to come with that. I did not bring a copy of the draft because I was kind of going to let that sit for a little bit, and it seems that is something that is gaining traction with our local entities and individuals that are out here trying to do the job. And finally, I would like to ask you all to compel our county water and sewer services to get our hydrants going. We are running into entirely too many dead hydrants, and they are not properly marked. As it is, if you've got a hydrant that is out of service, it needs to be marked with a black top. They've all still got red tops. Many of them are broken. There's a lot of them that are just turned off. A lot of times the answers that we're getting about why this hydrant isn't working, well, we're afraid you're going to use it. Yes, that is just not acceptable. It is negligence on the part of that management, and it needs to be fixed. And anything other than that, still yet, we really appreciate you all helping us out, giving us your support, and we're always here for you.
Have y'all took that, the fire hydrant issue in front of their board?
Excuse me? We have
The water district.
inquired, and a lot of times those are the responses that we're getting. It's understandable. In the wintertime, sometimes you'll have these dry barrel hydrants that won't drain properly, and they'll pop. That's understandable. But when you have got an entire run of hydrants that have been shut down, and you get the answer of something along the lines of, we are afraid you're going to use it. But if you really want to use it, you can go try to dig out the shutoff, dig it up, and get yourself a T-handle and turn it off. We don't have time for that. We don't have
So the
time.
ones that are, they need to be marked, which one are
The ones
usable?
that are out of service that may have been broken, stems broken, been run over by a car, that they froze, whatever, they need to be appropriately marked, and it would be wonderful if they would just give us a list of the ones that are
Right.
damaged
Yeah.
or otherwise out of service, so that we know how to go to them. It happened just the other morning. 2 hydrants, both hydrants that we went to in Iceland. One was broken, the other one was down. Ended up having to go further down the road to grab one that finally gave us some water.
I'll get with the water district on that. And it may be that we need to go to their meeting too.
Low compulsion would be great.
Yep.
Are you just saying that with Letcher County Water and Sewer, or are you seeing it with Neon Water, or?
It's been my experience that that's pretty well countywide. I'm not going to go and try to throw anybody under the bus on that one. I understand that Neon is going through some pains. I understand that in that area. But this is primarily in my district and the districts that we adjoin.
My memory from when I used to go to all the district meetings was that they don't have any fire hydrants in the county. Those things are for flush off, drain off, flushing, stuff like that, but it could change.
We had brought that up to them, and
insurance considers those hydrants, and if they want to say that they're not hydrants, then you're talking a significant increase in people's property insurance. So if the insurance is going to consider them a hydrant, then they probably need to be functioning. There's several businesses right now in Isom, like the hydrant by Mountain Truck Parts. Whenever we went to turn it on the other night, I would say 90% of the flow just shot out of the bottom of it. None of it actually went into the hose. And then further up the road there by, I can't think of that shoe store in that area. John B. That hydrant just would not turn on. We cranked it all the way up and nothing came out. The only hydrant that is protecting that area of businesses is the one up by the railroad tracks at the Marathon. And you're talking laying probably 800 to 900 feet plus of hose, depending on the situation. And then by the time you lay that much hose, the hydrant's probably not really got enough pressure. You're going to have to leave an engine somewhere in between just to boost that water. So
You go for an engine hydrant, one turn on, say, or from the workshop.
cutting that down there by, somebody put it in for that.
Sounds like you need to check the alarm system, that's pretty important.
Yeah. So at that, to lay enough supply line to get out, most of our engines, we carry anywhere from 900 to 1,000 feet of supply line. We need to lay any more than that to get to a hydrant. Then, you're just not getting it.
Yep.
So any help we can get with that would be great. And beyond that, if you all have anything for me, I'd love to hear it.
For one thing, we appreciate everything that you all are doing at the Colson Fire Department.
Yes, they have done a fine job.
Absolutely, they have.
Outstanding work from
I appreciate
everybody
the
there.
chief position, and there's a lot of credit that I have to give the people before me. I have been gifted with some wonderful, wonderful people.
And two, they've added an auction over there now too, and they had a real good turnout over the weekend.
Good. We appreciate everything y'all doing. For sure. Move into public comment. Let's see, we already done that. Old business. Ain't got anything?
I have got, Chris is here about the update on the survey of Chestnut Drive, where the debris is being,
Yeah.
have we got anywhere on that?
I talked with Steve Dix there Thursday or Friday one, and he's covered up right now, but he says that he'll get started on that just as soon as, hopefully the 1st of February.
Chris, you have anything to add to that?
No, I would like to speak with someone about the app over there. I'm coming off of a master's in computer science and 10 years in software development, so if someone would like to discuss a little bit about the requirements that would.
Okay. Yeah, just get with me after the meeting though.
Only thing I got is, do we got any more advancement on getting ambulance on the lower end of the county?
I have not talked with Carter recently.
You heard anything on its way?
Nothing.
I'm sorry.
I'll get with Carter this week and see where he's at on it. Anybody else got anything? We appreciate everybody coming out today. I know it's Martin Luther King Day, but for our meetings to be a regular call meeting, it has to be the same time every time. You have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make it.
Second.
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny, Deb,
Yes.
Betty,
Yes.
Judge.
Yes. Thank you all.